Om Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir me sada Yenakshara samamnayam Adhigamya maheshwarat Kritsnam vyakaranam proktam Tasmai paninaye namaha Vakyakaram vararuchim Bhashyakaram patanjalim Paninim sutrakarancha Pranatosmi munitrayam Vagartha viva samprikto Vagartha pratipattaye Jagatah pitaro vande Parvati Parameshwaro Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Okay, Namaste. Welcome everyone. So we will start with the Maheshwara Sutra. Om A I Un Rilik E Ong I Ouch Haya Varat Lan Nyama Gananam Jabhanya Ghadadash Jabagadadash Kapha Chatha Chata Tav Gapai Shashasar Hal Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani Om Tip Das Ji Sip Das Tha Mip Vas Mas Ta Atham Jha Thas Atham Dhvam It Vahi Mahing Om. We'll chant this one. This without the 8 letters. You can repeat after. You can chant with Sa O Aha O Aha A Bhyam Bihi. Fourth case. A Bhyam Bhyaha. Fifth case. Aha Bhyam Bhyaha. 6. Aha Oho Am. 7. I Oho Su. Sambodhana. O Aha. Okay. And we'll chant our prayer for Sadhana Bodhini. Om Namaskritya Gurum Bhaktya Brahmatmananda Rupinam Sadhanasyopadeshtaram Purve Sadhana Bodhini. Okay. So let's look at our Sadhana Bodhini. Okay, so we finished Shloka 10 in our last class. Trividani karmani dehavak chitta karyataha Ishan vayastu samanyam bhakti tattvam tadevahi. Right? So those actions are of 3 types, right? Trividani karmani. And they are deha vak chitta karyata. They're action produced by the deha, the body, through the vak, through the speech, and chitta karyataha, and through the mind. Tu, but ishanvayaha, ishanvayaha, relating or connecting to the Lord is samanyam, is the common feature. But tat eva bhakti tattvam, that alone is the essence of devotion indeed. Okay. Now we'll see our next shloka. You can repeat after me. Pujanam kaikam karma. Pujanam kaikam karma. Kirtanadi cha vachikam. Kirtanadi cha vachikam. Dhyanam tu chittajam vidyat. Dhyanam tu chittajam vidyat. Uttarottaram uttamam. Uttarottaram uttamam. Okay, so because we're in Sanskrit class, we'll look at each word, right? So, well, first let's look at the translation. So, worship is physical action. Worship is a physical action. Kirtana, singing glories to the Lord, and so on, are oral action. Whereas dhyana, meditation, is a mental activity. One should know that the latter is superior to the former in order. Okay, now let's break it down. So I just changed the order a little bit so that we can analyze this sentence. Okay. So pujanam kaikam karma. Okay. So do we have a verb here? No, we don't really see a verb, right? Pujanam kaikam karma. So we can add bhavati, asti, right? We can add that there. So I'll just add, because we always look for the verb first, bhavati. Now we need a first case, right? We need a first case. Pujanam. Is pujanam first case? Yes, it actually is. We'll see that. Kaikam, is that a first case? Yes, it actually is a first case. And karma is actually a first case also. So we have 3 first case words here. Okay, so we have 3 first case words. So what do we want to start with? We can really choose one. Let's start with the first word, pujanam. Okay, pujanam. So pujanam. So this word is so if we have subanta, subantam is made up of 2 parts, pratipadikam and sup pratyaya. So first we see the pratipadikam. The pratipadikam is actually just pujanam. Sorry, pujana. Akaranta. Akaranta, napumsakalinga. And it is like jnana, jnanavat. So the word is pujana, is the pratipadika. The first case, like jnanam is jnanam, first case is pujanam. So this is, so just to start, let me start from the beginning. So pratipadika, pujana, akaranta, napumsakalinga. Then we give the supratyaya information. Prathama vibhakti, ekavachanam, and this is, we can say kartari prathama. First case. But we can, yeah, they're all going to be samanadhikarana. We have 3 words in the same case, right? So they're all pointing to the same thing. That's not always the case if they have the same case, but we have to see the context. Okay, we know this is 1-1. Pujanam means what? What does puja mean? Puja means worship. Yeah. It's an act of worship. So what's the difference between puja and pujanam? Actually, nothing. Actually, nothing is the difference. And we'll see why. Puja or pujanam. So it comes from, so the gender is different. The gender is different, but the word meaning itself is actually the same. We'll come back to this word. There's a reason how you make puja. We can, if we want to get into the details about how to make pujanam, there's a suffix we add, which gives that anam, ana at the end. And that ana suffix just means the thing itself. So we have puja, and then the suffix, which means the thing itself. So it just means worship, finally. Okay, worship, puja. Pujanam is kaikam karma. Okay, so let's start with, we'll start with karma. Karma, so subantam is made up of two parts versus pratipadikam. Karma pratipadika is karman, nakaranta. Okay, I know we always mistake this, so it's nakaranta, karman. It is like Brahman Shabda. So this is nakaranta, or ananta, unending, napumsakalinga, prathama vibhakti, ekavachanam, samanadhikaranam to pujanam. Samanadhikaranam means they're two words in the same case and they're pointing to one and the same object. Right? Puja and karma, they're pointing to the same thing. They're both referring to the one and the same. We saw this like last time. Karman is like Brahman, which we see the cases here. So karma, karmani, karmani, karma, karmani, karmani, karmana, and then the nakara goes karma bhyam, karma bihi. Okay, we'll stop there. But karma, okay, it can be first case or second case. Pujanam is an action. What kind of action? Kaikam karma. Kaikam. So kaikam is also, it's kaika pratipadika, akaranta napumsakalinga, just like jnanam. Prathama vibhakti ekavachanam, and it's samanadhikaranam with karma. So kaikam, kaya, right? We say kayena vacha manasendriyeva, right? That prayer, we say kaya. Kaya means, it means a body. Kaikam means body-based. Means body-based. Or it means physical. If we easily translation is physical. So is a physical action. So worship is a, So worship is a physical action. Pujanam kaikam karma. Okay? When you're doing puja, are you doing physical action? Yeah, I hope so. Otherwise, you'll be dreaming. That's different. Yeah, you're doing arti, you're putting chandanam, you're putting kumkum, you're putting akshata, you're offering flowers, right? You're offering garment, you're offering water, you're offering all the steps of puja. It's a physical action. Puja Swamiji would say that the whole person is there when you're doing puja, because it involves your body, it involves your speech, and it involves your mind. So it involves all parts of you. Okay. Kirtanadi cha vachikam. Okay, so we see cha, chakara. Chakara, we usually don't put it first, but chakara means, yeah, okay, and and it is avyaya. Okay, shunyavada, it's zero. It's avyaya. I mean, you don't say chaha choche. Okay, so it's just chakara. So it means and. Reason we're saying and because we're still talking about karma. Okay. And kirtanadi. Oh, sorry. Let's just pause for a second. No, we're okay. I was going to give more details about pujanam, but I think it might be going too far. I see the question in the chat. Is there an adjective? So, yeah, technically, so we would say kaikam and karma. This is adjective, substantive, right? Physical is an adjective of the type of adjective, karma. Physical action. And now when we say pujanam kaikam karma, so pujanam and these two, the relationship is actually predicate substantive. Meaning we would say puja, worship, is physical action. So we say brown cow, or we say cow is brown, right? Brown cow is like kaikam karma. Or I can say cow is brown, which is like pujanam and karma. The worship is the physical action. They're both all referring to the same thing. It's just how we technically in grammar, there's a difference. Okay. And kirtanadi, this word, when it ends with adi can actually be any gender. Or sorry, it can be, any gender, and it does decline. Okay, so it can be any gender depending on what it's qualifying or what it's going along with. Here, we'll say it's napumsaka. So this is kirtanadi, prathama vibhakti. This is, kirtanadi, ikaranta, short ikaranta, napumsakalinga. We don't really, we see hari, but right? So kirtanadi, but it's a little bit different. It's not, because hari is masculine, and this is ikaranta napumsaka. We don't see that very often. So I'll show you the form in a moment. Okay, so this ikaranta napumsakalinga, this is prathama vibhakti ekavachanam. Okay, kirtana means, right, singing, means in bhajans, singing, but the act of singing. Adi means etc. Whatever you're doing oral, well, we didn't see the word orally, right? But whatever you're doing with your mouth. So kirtana, we can say parayana. Parayana means we're reading the Vishnu Sahasranama, right? We're reading the Bhashya. That's parayana. It's still a worship, but it's verbal based, right? So kirtanadi vachikam. Okay, vachikam is also, this is just like pujanam. This is vachika akaranta napumsakalinga prathama vibhakti ekavachanam samanadikaranam with kirtanadi. We can also bring down the word karma here, right? because kirtanadi is vachikam karma. I hope that makes sense why I did that. You can say, because we said pujanam is kaikam karma, we can say kirtanadi is vachikam karma, is oral action. So singing, etc., is verbal, I'll say verbal, oral action. Okay, so what's the topic here, by the way? We're talking about Bhakti Yoga. And Bhakti Yoga, there's 3 types of action, Trividani cha karmani, dehavak chitta karyatah, right? We saw that in last shloka. So now this is giving examples of each. Okay, within Bhakti Yoga, we have puja, which is body-based, singing, which is verbal, and dhyanam tu chittajam. So we see that word tu. So kirtan, what is the pratikam? Oh, if it's okay. So if there's just kirtan, it's actually in Sanskrit, it's always kirtana. Because when we do it in Hindi, then the goes away. So it's a kirtan. We're going to sing kirtan. But it's akaranta. So we get kirtana and then plus adi. Oh, is it feminine? Is that the question? I don't believe so. Here, let me just look it up quickly. Okay. All right. Yeah, kirtana. No, I couldn't find it. Okay, so I'll have to look after. So tu is an avyaya word, right? Tu means however, but, whereas, right? It shows the difference between what was coming before it. So we can say whereas or but, however, dhyanam is dhyana, akaranta, napumsakalinga, prathama vibhakti, ekavachanam. So you just say it along with me. Do you see how the format, how I say it every time? There's that same format we use. So this means meditation is chittaja. So chittajam comes from the Pratipadika chittaja. So this is akaranta, napumsakalinga, prathama vibhakti, ekavachanam, and there's samanadikaranam to each other. This word chittaja is funny. It's actually a samasa. It's a very specific type of samasa. We're not quite there yet, so it'll take me a long time to explain. But simply is that I can add this word chitta. Chitta means mind, right? And ja comes from the dhatu jan dhatu. Jan dhatu means to be born. Okay. Now this dhatu, I can add a krit pratyaya, make it a kridanta, and then I can add the 2 words. Okay, so simplifying is that I can add an action word and this pratipadika, and I can put them together to make a new pratipadika. So I have 2 pratipadikas technically, but this ja comes from the dhatu. Meaning that ja or comes from jan dhatu, means to be born, right? So this means born of the chitta, of the mind. Born of the mind. That sounds like a nice movie title, Born of the Mind. What does born of the mind mean? Mental. not British mental, like you're not mental, but you know, mind-based, mental. Notice how I need bhavati for all of these. Okay, I didn't put. Okay, so pujanam kaikam karma, physical. So worship is physical action. Kirtanadi chavachikam. This is not how the original is. So I have to worship. Singing is verbal action. Dhyanam tu chittajam. Meditation is mental. And then we can add karma, action. Is mental action. Okay. Uttarottama, uttarottaram, uttamam. Only in Sanskrit you see things like that. Uttarottaram, uttamam, vidyat. Okay, so here we have another verb, vidyat. Okay, you have to say it like a Sanskrit pandita, vidyat. Vidyat. Okay, so can you guess what the dat? So this is subantam or tingantam? This is tingantam, a verb. Verb is made out of two parts, dhatu plus ting pratyaya, this verbal suffix. Verbal root plus verbal suffix. Now the dhatu is vid dhatu. I think vid dhatu is 9p or 9u, something like that. 9u. I will have to check that. 9u, meaning to know. Then we talk about the pratyaya. Now, usually we just say lat lakara, but this is not lat lakara. Okay. If it was okay, so it's not lat lakara. We have to see. This is actually called something called vidhi ling. Now let's look at vidhi ling. I have some details about vidhi ling. Okay, here's vidhi ling. This is from our book 1. I stole it from our book 1. Okay, now vidhi ling is a bit complex. Vidhi ling by itself means that which is a command or a prayer or a wish. So it can be a command. I can say vidyat. I can say he should know. Or I can say it's a prayer, may he know, or a wish, right? May he know that. Now, here you'll notice that I took the second suffix, yat, vidyat. The difference, why there's two suffixes in each of these is that, in Parasmaipada, is that if it's a ending, so just akara, if it's a ending, we take the first one. We take the first one. Okay. But now if it's consonant ending, we take this second one, or anything other than the akara. Okay. So here we have vid dhatu. So it's suffix end. I mean, it's a consonant ending. It's not the a ending. So I'm going to add the second one. I'm going to add yat. So vidyat, vidyatam, and then vid yuhu. You see that? Okay. Vidyat, vidyatam, vidyuhu. What does vidyuhu mean? May all those people know. Now, vidyaha. Now, notice now, vidya and vidyaha. Okay, one is a noun and one is a verb. Vidyaha, vidyatam, vidyata, vidyam, vidyava, vidyama. Okay, so here it is. Vidyat, vidyatam, vidyuhu. Sorry. Vind. Oh, okay. Do we add in nakara? Vind? No, vidyat. Okay, this is something different. Then I need to scratch that below. Okay, vidyat. Here we see vidyat. So this is vidyatu. This is vidiling. So we'll just put vili. This is pratama, or this is uttama purusha, ekavachanam. Third one, third person singular. So may he, she, it know, or one should know. One should know what? Uttarottaram uttamam. Okay, so uttarottaram. Uttarottaram is a funny word. It just means, so uttarottaram, it can mean different things. So let me pull it up here. Sorry, 1 second. So when I see uttarottara, it can mean more and more. I'm looking up all the meanings. It can mean higher and higher. It can mean further and further. So you see uttara, uttara. Uttara, uttara. Uttara, uttara means more and more, or higher and higher, further and further. Or when we say that double like that, we mean as we go further, right? Or as we go further. In this context, it means sequentially. It means in order. In this order, as we've been describing, sequentially, uttarottara, as we've been going to each one, uttamam. Uttamam means it is superior. So uttamam is uttama. This can be any gender. Here we'll say it's napumsakalinga. This is prathama vibhakti ekavachanam. Uttarottaram, same thing. It's akaranta, napumsakalinga. But it can be any gender. Both of these words can be any gender. Why are we saying neuter? Because we're talking about karma here. And the karma, as we're going along, as we're going in the sequence, it's uttamam, it is superior. Vidyat, may one know, or one should know, that superiority is in terms of the order. Okay, meaning that karma, pujanam karma is less superior than vachikam karma. That's middle superiority. Then vachikam karma, what is better than that? Then chittaja karma, mental karma. They say that in the Shastra that as you go from puja to kirtana or to dhyana, you get more punya because it becomes more subtle. It's more difficult, right? If I do something mental, even a mental puja, I can do a mental puja, that's more difficult than doing a physical puja. So I get more punya. So this is what we're talking about in terms of superiority. I had a lot more details in the waiting for us in the wings. We didn't get time to look at them, but it's all details that we probably don't need anyways. So let's read the mantra with the meaning in our mind, okay? We'll say them each quarter twice. Pujanam kai. So say it along with me, okay? Pujanam kaikam karma. One more time. Pujanam kaikam karma. Got the meaning? Worship is physical action. Kirtanadi cha vachikam. Kirtanadi cha vachikam. Singing, etc. is oral action. Dhyanam tu chittajam vidyat. Dhyanam tu chittajam vidyat. Whereas meditation is mental. Uttarotaram uttamam. Uttarotaram uttamam. So one should know vidyat, that in ascending order there is superiority. That in ascending order there is uttamam, there is superiority. Okay, one should know that the latter is superior to the former in order, if I were to expand that. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om.